Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be an interesting one. I am going to be talking about my thoughts on cancel culture and its effects on everything, this generation, mental health, celebrities, people's careers, everything like that. So let's just go right into this video. I have a lot of notes I put in my phone. So the first note I have down in my phone is, our generation is a bunch of hypocrites preaching about mental health and trying to end the stigma when the next day they're using #cancel and then whoever they are canceling, like for example, I'm just going to be using James Charles because he has been through this, like people would preach about mental health, you gotta end the stigma, speak out, blah, 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 which is very important and it's very, very necessary to be talking about that and to end the stigma. But then the next day, those same people are going on Twitter saying #cancel James Charles, #cancel Jeffree Star, #cancel Shane Dawson, whoever they're canceling that day, when really they're not thinking about the effects that's going to have on their mental health. And you know what, like, it's just this generation is a bunch of hypocrites. You can't preach mental health but at the same time go and tear somebody down for a mistake they made. Does that make any sense? And I get into all the exceptions here, but just keep watching. To me, when people use #cancel and then whoever they're canceling on whatever platform they're putting that on, it says a lot more about the person hashtagging that than the person they're trying to cancel. To me, it clearly shows how unhappy and, quite frankly, jealous somebody is of that person, and they're not trying to ridicule them and to help them help the person they're trying to cancel understand what they did wrong. They're going straight to cancel them and get them off the internet. They're not trying to help them in any way, shape, or form. They're strictly just trying to tear them down and to cancel them. They're not trying to help. They're strictly just there for the negative aspect of it all. And going off of that, these celebrities who are getting canceled left, right, and center, their lives are under a microscope. Their lives are viewed from every single little detail, from the time they were born to the time, like now, to their present day. It doesn't matter when they became famous. I could become famous tomorrow and somebody would put me under a microscope and find something that I did when I was 10 years old that was offensive and hold it against me and try to cancel me. No matter what you do, just because your life isn't under a microscope, I'm pretty sure you have some skeletons in your closet that you don't want anybody knowing about because it's something offensive or terrible or a big mistake you made or embarrassing or whatever the case may be. Because your life is not under that microscope, you don't know what it's like for celebrities to be ridiculed for every single decision that they are making. Do I agree with decisions people make? Absolutely not. Especially right now, living in this pandemic, seeing influencers, celebrities abuse the system, take advantage of all of the testing, and really just not using it responsibly, claiming they are using it responsibly, partying, planning these parties, using these resources that other people should be having access to, and that thankfully I believe everybody now does have access to them. But it drives me insane that these influencers and celebrities are still partying and still thinking that that's okay and that it's an okay example to be setting out for people. Do I agree with them? No, absolutely not. Am I going to go on Twitter and put #cancel, #cancel? I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about, but I'm not here to drag anybody. I'm not here to ridicule them. They've been through that enough already. They still aren't getting the hints and they're still doing it. And that's where I have trouble. That's where I'm conflicting. They're not learning anything. Most of them are not learning anything. They're still partying. They're still getting hate. They go to a party the next day. They get hate. They go to a party next day. They get hate. It doesn't matter. That is where I'm conflicted in this whole cancel culture. I think somebody who doesn't learn from their mistakes and doesn't apologize and doesn't realize what they're doing is wrong, I believe nobody should be canceled in that way, but I believe they shouldn't have a platform. Putting hashtag cancel James Charles, we'll use him again, hashtag cancel James Charles, and nothing else. It's like, do you even realize what you're canceling him for, or do you just not like him? For me, it's just such a big deal. I believe cancel culture is very toxic and very has a big influence on mental health, whereas I believe cancel culture is different than saying somebody doesn't deserve a platform. There's plenty of people who abuse their platform, who take advantage of their audience, who take advantage of their position, being an influencer. Being an influencer. There's so many taking advantage of positions, but I mean, like, being in the spotlight and being in that position to do whatever you want, to be able to take all of those resources, however many you want, basically twist the system to benefit you even more, because of your wealth, because of your platform, because of whatever. I believe people who don't learn from mistakes, who I'm starting to ramble, who don't learn from mistakes, who don't apologize, who doesn't recognize when they are wrong, and blatantly breaks the rules, blatantly disrespectful. Like, the list could go on and on and on. There's people who do not deserve a platform, but I still do not agree with cancel culture. There is a better way of canceling somebody. Stop supporting them. Stop supporting them. You don't have to spread hate online to stop supporting somebody. Just stop supporting them. That was a big long rant. I'm sorry. When I get heated like this, especially talking about the partying going on in California right now with celebrities and influencers, that really pisses me off, because I'm sorry, I'm 23. I also want to be partying. I lost my graduation. I lost my dream job. Everybody has lost something very, very significant to them. Anyway, I'm moving on. I'm going back to my notes. I'm already sidetracked. Okay, so the next point was, should some people not have their platform? Absolutely. Should people continuously cancel and hate and ultimately act like lunatics online and towards somebody? No. People mess up. People make mistakes. That was my next point, so I basically already touched on that. Okay, so my biggest issue is when people try and cancel someone for something they did like 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. They were young, and the society and level of, how did I put it? Level of acceptance was different 1 year ago, let alone 10 years ago. So just because somebody was culturally appropriating when they were 10 years old, and that picture or story pops up, and they're now famous, and now they're being ridiculed because when they were 10, they dressed up in a cultural appropriating outfit, or whatever the case may be. I don't even have words to describe how annoying and frustrating that is. It's like, did you not do something the exact same when you were 10? Or younger? Or 12? Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, number one, let's say this person is 22 years old. A picture comes up when they were 10. They were, I don't even know, some cultural appropriation outfit for Halloween. A Halloween costume that was offensive in today's age. And they're now famous. They're 22 years old. That picture gets found. It's brought up. People are trying to cancel them. What is that? What are they supposed to do? They were 10 years old. They can recognize it. They can apologize for it. And obviously, if it hasn't happened since, and they currently are not acting like that, let it go. Let it go. Like, I just don't know how to express how annoyed and frustrated I get seeing people's offensive shit be brought up, but it's from like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, however many years ago. That was a whole different time, a whole different person, a whole different level of acceptance back then. That could have been 100% acceptable back then. But as a society, we learn, we grow, we learn what is not acceptable, and now we are at a point of where we know what is acceptable. In 10 years, in 2030, I can guarantee there will be a celebrity that is canceled, hated on, dragged, whatever you want to call it, because of something they did in 2020. You can't hold somebody responsible for something. No, that's the wrong words. You can't. I don't know how to word it, because you have to hold people responsible. I understand that, and I see that. You have to expect an apology or recognition. Not even an apology. I don't even expect these people to apologize for something they did 10, 12 years ago. Even 5 years ago. I don't expect an apology. I expect recognition that it's wrong, and that they haven't done it since, or that they've learned that it's wrong and that they won't do it again. Because to me, actions speak louder than words. You can say sorry all you want, but if you don't show me that you are not going to do it again, or that you haven't done it again, that your apology means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. And then to go off of that point, the next thing on my note was, does it make it right? Because somebody dressed up as something that's culturally appropriating 10 years ago for a Halloween costume, is that okay? Is that right? No. But back then, it probably was. In today's age, no, it's not. They acknowledge it. They say they haven't done it since. They prove they haven't done it since and not going to do it again. That's all you can expect from these people. They are regular humans too. My mind, I'm so worked up about. I honestly did not expect to get like worked up in this video. Kind of like I mentioned, I'm not talking about people who have rape allegations against them. I'm not talking about people who admit to talking to underage girls or boys. I am not talking about those who do not own up and recognize they are wrong and change their ways, and they don't learn from their mistakes. I'm not talking about them. There are so many situations coming to mind right now that I am not talking about. I am not referring to them. That is not acceptable behavior. There is a lot of celebrities and influencers displaying unacceptable behaviors across the board, no matter if they're a celebrity influencer or a school janitor or a nurse or a doctor or a garbage truck driver. There is just some things in this world that is unacceptable. Talking to underage children, girls, boys, whoever it is, a girl or boy doing it, whoever they are, unacceptable. Get them off the internet. Get them away from a platform of vulnerable people. All of those points I just made, the rape allegations, talking to underage children, not learning from their mistakes, not recognizing when they're wrong, not doing better. Unacceptable. They should not have a platform. Like I mentioned earlier, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of celebrities and influencers who do not deserve a platform, that for some reason people still give them one. That is unacceptable, and I don't partake in online hate. I don't join any hate speech towards a specific person for the sake that I don't like them. There are plenty of celebrities and influencers that I just do not like because of their past actions, because of their past whatever's. And then there's just some that I don't like. But that's me. That's my opinion. I don't support them. I don't support a lot of people anymore. I used to support some people, some YouTubers, for example. I used to support some YouTubers. I don't anymore. I don't watch their videos. I don't follow them on Snapchat. I don't anything. I just don't support them anymore because I don't support what they stand for or their past actions or the fact that they haven't changed their past actions. What I am talking about in regards to how I don't think cancel culture should be a thing is someone who made an insensitive joke. Someone said a word they had no right to say. They did or said something years ago, whether they were a child or it was just 5-10 years ago. They don't deserve to be absolutely ridiculed and canceled as long as they recognize where and what they did wrong. I don't know how to articulate it. And I'm sure this is a very controversial video because it's a very controversial topic. A lot of people think that if somebody does something wrong, that they don't deserve a platform. And I can agree to that to an extent. People make mistakes. You have to realize that celebrities and influencers and rich people are just regular people. They are normal human citizens. That's not English. I can never speak English. But they are regular human beings. They are normal people that mess up. They make mistakes. They have an error in judgment. Because of 1, 2, even 3 mistakes, they do not deserve to be canceled and ridiculed. I'm losing words. They deserve to be held accountable 100%. Hold people accountable because people, even everyday people, I need to be held accountable. My family needs to be held accountable. People at work need to be held accountable. Everybody on planet Earth needs to be held accountable for when they're doing something that's not right. But because they mess up 1, 2, or 3 times, I'm sure you've messed up 1, 2, or 3 times. Just because your life's not under a spotlight and because you are your everyday average person, you're not getting ridiculed, you're not getting canceled, you're not getting hate because of something that you've done or said, whether that's in the past or the present. You're not getting that hate because your life isn't publicized. And I wanted to talk on this topic as someone whose life is not publicized. I have this sense of privilege I think that a lot of people take for granted, realizing that my life is not publicized, because you can't even imagine what those people go through, having paparazzi follow them, not even being able to eat in a restaurant without a paparazzi taking an unflattering photo of you. Everything you do or say is being publicized, is being printed and put out there for the whole world to see and hear. You have no privacy. The first thing that popped into my head was Justin Bieber's nude picture. He was on, I think he was like in Bora Bora or something, and he was in a private villa or whatever. And paparazzi found him and took a nude picture of him and publicized it. Like, there's no privacy for these people. There's no privacy, and I can't imagine having everything I do, say, or wear, or talk about, or whatever be so publicized to the fact that people will hate me, and the fact that people will judge me, ridicule me, cancel me because they don't agree with what I did or said or whatever. Now, before I wrap this video up, what I just said, that they don't agree with what I did or said, or what a celebrity does or says. There is a lot of times people are canceled for the simple fact that some people don't agree with what they said or did. 100%. That is a real valid fact. That a lot of the times celebrities and influencers get canceled is just because a group of people don't agree with what they're saying. However, that's not always the case. Sometimes they're being insensitive, they're being rude, they're being cruel, they're being whatever the case may be, right? You just really have to, I don't know, I guess I probably overthink it. I probably analyze it a little bit too much. But I thought I would give my thoughts and perspective as somebody who's not in the public eye, because I only ever see or hear people talk about it who are in the public eye, or who have a platform, like YouTubers who have a couple million subscribers, or celebrities, or, you know, just anybody who has a platform. I don't have a platform. I'm just your everyday average person, so I thought I would give my 2 cents on it. Don't know why. Pretty controversial, I would think, but whatever. That is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you did enjoy. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I hope you subscribe so you never miss a video, and I will see you in the next one.